મળ્યા હતા જે નાણા તમને ભૂમિ મહી ન દટાવ્યા રે.
I was born in a family of farmers. Okay, so we had a long, big farm, and we were, brought up in that atmosphere of pastoral atmosphere, with lot of fields and trees and cows and cultivation and that was the first thing I remember of my childhood and my family. We were 7 brothers and no sisters. And we have grown up. I remember growing up all together, the siblings. Then one by one started separating. 2 of them went abroad. Abroad means Gujarat, Gandhidham, Kutch. Employed in one in Caltex and one in Burma Shell, and one was in post office. Then 4 of us were still studying. And my 4th brother, after his graduation, he came again to Kutch, Gandhidham, to work. But then he was not happy there, so he went back to Mangalore and joined Syndicate Bank. My father was working for Syndicate Bank, even though we had a farm and all, he was working in the bank. So that way there was farmers, we don't have ready cash at a given time. But this work gave him some liquidity. There was money at home always, and he was working. And evening and morning he was working with the farm with the help of workers there. That was the earliest experience. Of course, I have got very good childhood memories, the fighting and laughing and enjoying and with my brothers. And also, there are a lot of guests used to come home because it's a large family. My father had 1 brother and 1 sister. My mother had 3 sisters and 3 brothers. And all the relatives used to come for feast and for vacation and all those things. We used to have great fun running about in the field and plucking mangoes and, during the season of fruits. And we have never eaten fruits from the market. We always climbed the tree, plucked it and ate there only, because other sibling would steal it. So it's better there. And if we saw a mango which is almost ripe, we used to cover it and hide it in the tree only. Only I knew where it was kept. So that type of good memories of childhood. Then all of us, one of the things we used to, what I remember is this, all 4-5 of us used to go together to the school, which are nearby private school it was, run by one family. And up to 7th I studied there. And I remember all of us going together, and people around used to stare at us going together and everything. So that was my early memories. Then in the school, of course, my teacher was promoted along with me. From my class 1 till class 7, I had the same teacher. So it's very rarely that teachers are promoted. But in this case, my teacher was promoted, and she was a Catholic. Though it was a non-Catholic school, the teacher was a Catholic. And I had a very fond memory of that lady. She had always been helpful, and besides being a good family friend, she took very good care of us. And that is more or less what I feel, what I remember of my childhood days and family. It's a very loving family. We are not very rich, not aristocratic, not noble families, but in a farming family, there is more love and more unity, more togetherness. And that is what I enjoyed in my childhood. Eldest 2 have died. Now 5 of us are alive still. Then one is of course, Hector's father, now the eldest. Then one is retired from Syndicate Bank, he is in Bangalore. And next to him is in Bombay. And I am the next to the one of Bombay. And then my youngest brother is running the show at home. He's managing the farm and the family affairs. Then the tragedy took place. When I was in 7th, of course, being a holy Catholic family, every Saturday we had to go to church. It's about a mile and a half. That will be about 2 kilometers from my house. We had to go walking. Every Saturday, the children had to go to the church for confession, whether we like it or not. So we went. So it was not so much fond of confession as such, or devotion to confession, but in the church, my father was well known, and he was working in the bank next to the church. So nobody bothered us. We had a free access to the orchard behind the church, whether it was kaju or mango or this. That was the attraction. So this one particular Saturday I went there, and I was behind, some mangoes in my pocket. I was coming out. Probably I had made my confession. Okay. So while coming out, oh gosh, there's the tragedy took place. One Kasak wala, I believed he was a father, caught me at the gate. I said, "Mari gaya, ho gaya, pati gayu." And it was Father Herrero. He had come for occasion promotion. And he caught me and took me to the parish. I didn't know any English at that time. He took me to the parish priest, and he inquired about me. And then my parish priest said, his father is here only working in the bank. So I was coming out of the church. Maybe I had made my confession. I don't remember. And as I was coming out of the gate of the church compound, I saw one white cassock, one gora, one white man. And I took for granted that he was a priest or this. And he caught me. I said, it is over. So because my pockets, I had mangoes, and he took me to the parish priest. So I was a bit scared, but of course not scared of parish priest, but scared of this father, and it was Father Herrero. And then he inquired about me, and parish priest said, of course his father is working in the bank here, next to the compound. And they called my father. My father came. Then before that, as soon as he called, he asked me, "Do you want to become a priest?" I said, yes, if I can get rid of him. If I can get rid of him, I said, anything to be out of this trouble. And then he took me to the father, and then he called me. And immediately he tells father, it seems, I don't know, they spoke in English, he wants to become a priest. And my father said, no problem, get riddance. I suppose so. I don't know what they spoke at that time. And then next following year, I get a letter from Father Herrero saying that I got admission in St. Aloysius, Mangalore. That's about 30-40 kilometers away, a Jesuit school. And there was an apostolic school. And I was told that I got admission there already. And my things were packed, and I was taken to Gonzaga House. That was the apostolic school in Mangalore. So I joined there in 8th standard, 8, 9, 10, 3 years I finished it. Then that was the first batch of new class 10 plus 2. So I attended St. Aloysius College from till 63. From 60 to 63, I attended St. Aloysius College. And from there, after 63, we came to Loyola Hall as apostolics in the intention of joining. But they wanted to test us, and for a year, they did not send us to the novitiate. So we joined the college. And being new, neither Gujarati nor English, we did not do well in the college. So all of us means Vincent, Varghese and myself. Varghese could have continued perhaps, but he offered to stay back, and we studied Gujarati, Latin and English. And ex-scholastic Daniel Parmar was teaching us. Then Father Changa came to take over from Daniel. And that is how I landed up in Gujarat.
Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. So no question of vocation and this from my childhood. And
looking up some fruits.
No, but at the end, I'll tell you. Now, are you recording this? At the end, I realized during the theology, before ordination and before, during theology, when there was some sort of vocation crisis, this reflection came about. So what is the vocation? That may be, at that time, I may have confounded my vocation. So I was just reflecting whether to continue, whether to this thing. It's a sort of crisis because Lovett helped me a lot. He was my spiritual father in the theology. And he helped me a lot to come out of, because soon after college we went to theology. After Regency we went to theology, and then we were. At that time, Lovett was my spiritual father. He was helping me out, and that's the time, during that time of crisis, where we think and we really seriously think of our vocation, and before ordination, then this thought came to me. Go back to the roots. What is the origin of my vocation? I did not choose. Neither did I think of joining any congregation, priesthood, or religious life. And this picture of Herrero struck me. And I said, if you see in Eternity to Eternity, I would summarize this. One Spanish Jesuit came to India, and once he visited my family, my parish, and I'm the only one chosen. And afterwards he went back to Spain and died. For me, that is the being led or being chosen by God. Otherwise, what explanation we have for my vocation? And after that, I never had any crisis. That is the confirmation of my vocation, that knowledge that one person coming from all the way from Spain to India and coming to my parish once and choosing only me. And then he goes back to Spain and dies. Okay. That is summary of my history of my vocation. So I say, if this is not vocation, this is not the call of God, what else it is? And this is the confirmation of my vocation. So after that, I never looked back. I never had any other thoughts. I had no vocation crisis. I had other crises many times, but doesn't matter, vocation crisis. After my ordination, that was my appointment. First appointment was Nadiad. Before Nadiad, I had to go to Kalol to replace Kolodi, who had gone for tertianship. Then I went to Petla to replace Kappa, who had also gone for tertianship. So I replaced two Jesuits who had been Varafati, gone to tertianship. Then I was already appointed to Nadiad. I came to Nadiad in 79 June, April or May, I think I came to 79. Since then, I was in Nadiad till 90. And after 90, I was called to be the treasurer of the province. And till 2005, I was here. And 2005 to 2013, I was in Mount Abu, Christian Brothers. And then after that, again here. No, I didn't have many posts. I had only 2 posts. And social. That is a part of it. Part of it. I had only 2 posts. One is Kera District Social Service Director for Kera District, and Treasurer of the Province. These are the only 2 places where I worked as official of the province. This again is like my vocation. Did I choose to be a Jesuit in Gujarat? No. Did I choose to be a director of social work in Kedah? No. After my ordination, my provincial said, you are appointed to Nadiad. And before going to Nadiad, you say 3 months in Kalol and 5 months in Petla. Finish those, replace them for the tertianship, and then you are Nadiad. Okay. I did not choose to be in Nadiad. I did not choose anything. I did not choose to what apostolate I am going to do. But by studying in the college, I did ask to be sent to commerce. Since I had an aptitude for commerce, I asked, and provincial said at that time, it was iSpoon, I think, He said, oh, we can get many clerks, don't worry. The clerical work can be done by anyone. So you do Gujarati. Ah, I think it is, if I'm not mistaken, it must be Francis only. No, Francis was there when I joined. So when I did the college, Francis was principal. Francis Braganza was principal. And Icepoon told me Gujarati and everywhere. So I went to Gujarati. So as I was led to Gujarat to be a Jesuit, I was led to the college to learn Gujarati. So being led by the spirit, like, okay, I did Gujarati well and I liked it. And I think I did pretty well in learning Gujarati. Okay. So this apostolate, I did not choose. It was given to me. When Herrera was transferred, with Herrera I worked 1 year. And when Herrera was transferred, then I was made director of social works in Kera district. And that lasted till 1982. And in 82, I went to Varanasi for tertianship because they did not want to send me to a longer tertianship. In Varanasi, there was a tertianship for 3 months. All these useless fellows must have been sent there to finish it up and come. So I finished up. I went in December, and in April I was back here, continuing the work. At that time, we had already been on the process of handing over the church, and Father Jerry Lobo was already principal and taking over parish priest and all. And then Chaco also had left, who was the parish priest in my absence there. Then Nicholas and myself shifted to Indiranagar in 82. And then from there, I continued Kera Social Studies Society in Indiranagar till 90. Then in 90, when Stanley asked me to, of course, in 86, I think, 86 or 87, Nicholas left for Spain. And from there till 1 or 2 years, I managed alone Kera Social Studies, Technical School, and at that time, I got great support from St. Anne's sisters, especially Sister Mary, and I got some sort of recognition for the technical school. We got that technical training and secretarial training from recognition from the government, from the women's cell, I think women's empowerment cell. We got the recognition. This is Ani Prasad was there in charge of that, and she gave us the recognition for the secretarial course. And Sister Mary conducted very well. After that, it has started all ITI and the growth of Nadia School. But in the beginning, it was tough, and 2 or 3 years I was alone, and okay, I managed. When I was in Nadiad, I was young and foolish, so I did a lot of running about. It had a total. But once I was asked by Changa to be the treasurer of the province, I just told him, enough is enough. I cannot run about too much. And besides, if the treasurer's job, treasurer has better work to do than counting money. So I want someone to run the office, and my office should be away from the treasurer's office. So I don't have to do day-to-day work. Already from active life, I had been contemplating on contemplative life. You see, in Nadiad, maybe 12 years, I was very active. I don't know how many kilometers, maybe 1 lakh kilometers per year in the jeep, going, visiting center to center and running about and all those things. But when I was, that is the time that's the time I realized that if you want to be a social worker, handling so many projects, giving out so many loans and so many people involved in that, you should know some law. And I did LLB at that time in Bhagat and Sonawala College. In the morning I used to go to college, at 10 o'clock I used to be back. 8 to 10, 10:30, 11 was the college hours. Then come back and work in the office. So that 3 years I spent in this thing, and 2 years for degree, and 3rd year I got the sanat. That was in 82. Happiness is within me. So my work, my life makes me happy. I don't need you in that sense to make me happy. No, you be happy, then whole world will be happy. If I am happy, others are happy. If they are not happy, there is some problem with them. So I will not do anything to make you happy. I will do my duty. I'll do my work. I live a religious life. Good. It's up to you to be happy or not to be happy. If you are not happy with me, I think there is some problem elsewhere. This is what I learned in my childhood. Don't try to please others, then you become a slave of them. If you go after the butterfly, butterfly escapes. You just be quiet, butterfly comes straight and sits on your lap. Fame is like this. Name is like this. Recognition is like this. If you go after recognition, you'll make an ass of yourself, buffoon. But if you live your life, if you are true to yourself, you may not have many friends, but you will not be without them. But the friends you have are genuine. You don't have flatterers around you. And that is my firm conviction. And that's what makes me to stand on my feet firm.
आवो तमारा मालिक केरा सुख मा सहभागी थावा